I'm forgetting who I was because I was, you know, doing all this celebrity stuff.
If you look, when you're writing an album, when you're writing lyrics, it's mostly about the way you feel at that moment. How could you would you describe where the album stands for which phase in your life? Is there a big difference in what kind of...
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the first album to me represents where I wanted to go and what I was hoping for, you know. And there was a lot of uncertainty in the first album lyrically of what was going to happen. Whereas the second one, I thought the second one was a lot more, I don't know, a lot more of that situation that I was in. I was on tour a lot, I was away. So all the songs on that album were kind of songs that I'd lived through that time, you know, whether it be thinking that my relationship wasn't going to work because I was away, or thinking, you know, I'm forgetting who I was because I was, you know, doing all this celebrity stuff and interviews and pictures and stuff. So like Once When I Was Little was a song that I wrote just to remind me what was important about, you know, when I was a kid, how simple it was then. You don't think about all the stuff that you do when you're an adult, you know. So I just tried to write songs that would remind me of what was important, what I needed to hold on to during that time.
To get with your feet on the ground again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We also do the item I told you before about the story of a certain song.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands, your newest single is Nothing Ever Hurts Like You.
Yeah.
Where did you wrote that song?
I wrote that song in a studio. Boring, really. I wrote in a studio in Metrophonic Studios. It's in Guildford. It's this massive grounds. I think this old Cuban drug dealer used to own it or something. It's got like a big fountain and like tennis courts, and yeah, I never use any of it. I just go there and write, you know. We went in and you know, and we had this kind of groove, you know. So I tried to just write something old school that was like 60s Motown. I just love that stuff, and I'd never really gone that far, you know, towards Motown before. I'd hinted at it with You Give Me or little songs that just had little, you know, maybe a small horn part that would remind me or the listener a little bit of that time, but I'd never gone that far, you know, to write something Motown. So yeah, that was what it was basically. Yeah, let's write a stonking, upbeat kind of Motown thing. Okay. So that was the basic idea behind it, and Nothing Ever Hurt Like You is just about kind of, yeah, it's kind of, I always try and hold on to something real, even if it's a bit of a throwaway lyric, you know. Like, you stung me good, like, you stung me like, I can't even remember the lyric now. But it's something like, you know, it's all quite sort of poppy kind of lyrics, but underneath it I still wanted it to ring true, you know. Nothing ever hurt like you, like, you know, nothing's going to hurt you as much as somebody who you're in love with, or it hurts when you're fighting or something, you know. So that's the thing that that was the crux of the song, really.
Okay, because it's is it about a past relationship, that song, or is it just?
It's about a time in my relationship in the past. Okay, definitely, yeah.
And if your girlfriend listens to a song like that, what does she say about it?
Sometimes she looks at me with filthy looks, like, why are you writing songs about our relationship all the time? She don't always like it, but you know, I think some of the greatest songs have been written from relationships or experiences people have gone through with other people. So I just think you have to be careful. You don't want to give away too much, but I think you know, I've been pretty good in maintaining a bit of privacy in our relationship. I haven't given away everything, you know. So, but yeah, I played the broken strings and she didn't like it at first because of the lyric, you know. What do you mean? What do you mean? You love me a little less than before. What's that about? I'm like, oh, whatever.